I'll tell you, Jay, you said your hair hurts. I experienced laying in bed last night. The bottom part of my right leg just started with a dull ache, and I was like, what's that? And then it went away. And then it came back about 8 seconds later, and I was like, hate that. And then it went away. And then it never came back. And then today at work, it came back. While at work, while I was walking, and it was like an electric shock in the bottom part of my leg, and I went, and I almost fell, and then I had to play it off real cool. And then it happened about 20 seconds later, and then it happened 12 seconds later, and then never again. So I'm just going to do the old thing by ignoring it for the time being.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Beards and Sundries.
That's right, Beardos. Welcome back to another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where three gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry item in every episode.
I'm Jay, and everything hurts, even my hair.
And I'm Anthony, and I'm less than 3 years away from being declared legally dead in the gay world.
And I'm Joe, the endless barrage of Sonic drive-thru commercials that play over and over again on the gym TV while you walk on the treadmill towards a horizon that will never, ever arrive.
It's so bleak.
And today's sundry items are dieting, aging, and other joys of adult life.
I've written an entire novel, and nothing I've written will come as close to the prose that you just spouted off.
Yeah, that's some Shakespearean shit right there, huh?
He's rolling in his grave right now.
They've got some new grilled cheese, like cheeseburger, that every time I see it, I'm just like, but I never get any closer. It's like when they dangle the carrot in front of you, except it's a Sonic cheeseburger that will never look as good in real life as the commercial.
You mean it doesn't come out of that wrapper looking perfect?
Me either.
I don't know. You look pretty great when you come out of that wrapper.
Oh, good God.
Ooh.
Speaking of wrappers, Joe, will you tell us what a sundry is?
Oh, yeah. Can we find wrappers in the sundry aisle, Joe?
You sure can. If you guys are new to our show and you're wondering what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an old English word meaning odds and ends. Now today, it's used mainly in the retail world as a way to group together items that otherwise wouldn't have a group of their own. So, as three gay men with beards, we're using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
Wow. That was educational. I've never been more smart in my life. I've never been smarter in my life.
I'm leaving the more smart one in, specifically because you're wrong.
What? I'm wrong.
I'll tell you, Jay, you said your hair hurts. I experienced laying in bed last night. The bottom part of my right leg just started with a dull ache, and I was like, what's that? And then it went away. And then it came back about 8 seconds later, and I was like, hate that. And then it went away. And then it never came back. And then today at work, it came back. While at work, while I was walking, and it was like an electric shock in the bottom part of my leg, and I went, and I almost fell. And then I had to play it off real cool. And then it happened about 20 seconds later, and then it happened 12 seconds later, and then never again. So I'm just going to do the old thing by ignoring it for the time being.
Well, I can tell you that once you get to this age, ignoring all of the problems is exactly what you should be doing.
Well, yeah, because you're just going to go to the doctor and they're going to be like, yeah, that's how it is now. That's your life.
That's just your leg now.
That's it.
Do you want a pill for that? We'll give you a pill.
They'll have to get me a new name tag and it just says Peggy.
Jesus. Well, Joe, what's our first topic?
Okay, well, kind of going back to my intro, I'm going to go with our first topic being diet and exercise. Everyone's favorite, especially in this phase in life.
Wah.
Do I have to?
I was going to start with fad diets. So, not so much like the apps that kind of actually help you, not so much like the food delivery services, more kind of like, I don't know, Jenny Craig, or these fake diets like the South Beach diet, or some of you might come at me for this, but going fully keto and trying to go into ketosis. I just feel like if you're cutting one thing out, then all you're going to do is crave that one thing and you're bound to fail.
I think that's true for some people. Like me, 100% true. No, I'm bound to
Same.
fail if I can't have something that I'm going to want at some point. I'm just going to want that thing.
I'll just go back to keto, like in the no carbs thing. If you took pasta away from me, Anthony, they'd be looking for your body within the first 2 hours.
I wouldn't do that to you. I did keto for 2.5 months, and I managed to lose an entire 5 pounds. And I was in ketosis. I kept checking my levels and stuff, and it just
sounds dangerous.
It didn't work for me. That's just me. I mean, everybody's physiology is different.
I just learned that if I cut back my portions, I do a little bit better. And then if I just kind of stop, I'll cut out fries or something and I'll just get the burger for a meal, or else I'll eat a much smaller amount of the fries, things like that. That started benefiting me.
Yeah.
And it's mainly because all these fad diets would get really popular. And I remember back in high school, the Atkins diet got really popular.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember so many people going through it, and the side effects, like people were losing
limbs,
vitamins of some sort that they needed. And so like everyone had to start following up with a bunch of vitamins to I think it was to compensate for what they weren't getting.
Well, the Atkins diet is sort of like the keto diet, right? Like it's
like
a low carb,
no potatoes, something. Yeah.
I just remember the first time I ever heard about keto, all I could think, someone was like, it's a lot of cheese. And I was like, whoa, I love macaroni and cheese. And they were like, no macaroni. And I was like, see you later.
You were so close.
You had me in the first half.
This was great. I'll wait for the next fad. Thank you.
Right. Which was paleo, which also doesn't include mac and cheese. So sorry.
Right.
It's weird how mac and cheese is not really included in any diet. How strange.
I wonder why that is.
Don't you don't need to worry about that. No. Someone will figure it out. Someone will get it right someday.
Science, we're waiting on you.
I'm still waiting for a healthy potato or tortilla chip.
It's kind of like those veggie straws. You're like, oh yeah, this is really good. And then you like look at the ingredients and you're like, what the? No.
Just eat a tortilla chip. Just eat a chip.
Just eat chips.
No, I was going to say we had that baked cauliflower and cheese from Costco that Joe brought home. That was excellent.
It's pretty damn good for being just cauliflower.
There's actually a vegan place downtown here that does amazing cashew cheese.
Did they cashew with their cheese?
Ha! That's exactly how they caught me.
I want to give it another shot because we finally got a Vitamix. Because much like this episode, we're getting old, and so we now have old people appliances.
Speaking of diet, that's definitely not a fast food cup Jay just drank out of. That he had DoorDash to his house.
That's not Wendy's. That's Blendy's. It's a little bit like Wendy's, but it's healthy.
Wendy's nuts hit you in the face.
Yes.
Oh, boo.
Sorry, that took a second to sink in. I hate you, Joe.
So kind of spinning off the fad diets, I want to talk a little bit about like supplements and kind of like fad meals and frozen meals that you'd see at the grocery store that are like diet meals.
I'll be really honest. I don't ever look at those things.
I like the idea of doing supplements because I do supplements. I do vitamin B in the morning, but
psyllium husk.
Yeah, psyllium husk. Keep you regular, girl.
Fish oil.
Oh, yeah, it's good for your heart and your brain.
That reminds me, I need to add some to my cart.
I like to do a vitamin B complex in the mornings because it helps with my mood. It helps me have more energy and to be more positive.
Can you take some before we record next time?
No.
Well, okay.
When I get on this, I'm going to be in a foul mood right up until we hit the record button.
All natural.
A fish oily in a bad mood.
That was bad.
Yeah, it was.
That was real bad.
Good.
So I'm considering divorce. So any of you guys, any shoppers who are divorce lawyers, let me know.
Let's talk about the new phenomenon. I think the most popular appliance right now is definitely the air fryer.
Oh, I love it, and I'm so addicted to it.
Yes, air fryers. Yes, go buy an air fryer. You don't have an air fryer, you stupid. Go to the air fryer aisle. We have a whole aisle. get you an air fryer, go check out and pick 2 other items and bring them to Rick.
They first got popular a couple years ago, I think, and I think that the pandemic really kind of enhanced their popularity because people were staying at home. So they were using this new machine to kind of like simplify their cooking or try to do something healthy because they weren't using oil anymore, right? They were just using hot air to fry their stuff. So I remember just the novelty of putting your frozen chicken tenders and fries in the same basket, just shoving them in the air fryer, and then in 15 minutes they're done and they're ready to go.
I've air fried a whole like thawed chicken before, a whole chicken.
Mm-hmm, you can.
And I have to say, do not do it or stay in the house while it's happening, because within the first 5 to 10 minutes, it starts smelling so amazing in their house that the next hour and a half, I'm like sitting there just like, just wanting to eat everything.
That's the crock pot effect, where like you're for doing like a pot roast, your house smells amazing for the next 8 hours, but you can't have it yet.
It's so good.
We have an air fryer by Sur la Table.
Oh, but Sur la Table.
It's got a rotisserie inside of it, and you can actually put your stuff on there, so you can either like put a whole chicken and cook it rotisserie style in the air fryer, or what I do with it is make wings, because they give you a little wing basket that rotates your wings while they're cooking. Ugh.
Gosh, I love my air fryer.
I can tell that the popularity has stuck because a lot of people that I know, the amount of people that I know that have one has far exceeded the amount of people that don't have one. And I'm also seeing a lot of products now on the shelves that have oven instructions, frying instructions, but they now include air frying instructions. So the industry has really embraced this technology, and I don't think it's going away now. Like, I don't think it was a fad. It's here to stay.
Well, I have a friend that kind of made fun of me about my addiction to air fryer, and then in 2020, when COVID became real popular, I actually upgraded my air fryer, and I was like, here, take my old one, just try it a little bit. And she was kind of hesitant. She's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. Well, then she started using it quite a bit. After having her baby, used it all the time. Just a couple months ago, burned it out and had to replace it. And she got like a twice the size, double one. She's like, I use it all the time.
Well. Look who's frying
like,
now.
Ah!
For a fun little side activity on this topic, I went online and I researched frozen dinners, and I found the unhealthiest one I could find. You can probably guess the brand.
Stouffer's.
No.
Kraft.
No. Think unhealthy, like unhealthy frozen dinner.
Oh,
unhealthy frozen dinner?
Miss Callender's?
No.
Marie Callender?
Marie Callender's. There we go.
Marie Callender. The chicken pot pies? No.
Is it Hungry Man?
Is it Hungry Man?
It's Hungry Man. Ding, 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 ding.
I was thinking like a whole family size thing of something and not an individual.
Oh,
meal.
Sorry. Frozen individual dinners.
That's because men don't care about health. We want food.
Their packaging is just so unhinged because it's always a giant plate of food, not the tray it comes in, because of course that's not sexy.
Fellas, is it gay to care about your health?
On the front of this box, the big thing that it advertises is there's 44 grams of protein. Okay, cool. This is a great healthy dinner. I'm going to take this home and eat it in front of my TV.
Don't talk to me while we're having sex unless you use that exact voice from now on.
44 grams of protein. So this is the Hungry Man Selects mesquite flavored classic fried chicken. It also comes with mashed potatoes, green beans, and a brownie.
Wow, Jay, it's almost your preferred meal.
And here's what I found about it from thedailymeal.com. Despite packaging that makes it look like a nutritious dinner mom could have made from her vintage recipes, Hungry Man's mesquite chicken dinner has 1,050 calories and 72 grams of fat. It also contains more than 2,000 milligrams of sodium, coming just shy of the daily maximum of 2,300 milligrams suggested by the CDC.
I'm gonna go pick me up some right now.
Wait, the CDC?
Yeah.
The Center for Disease Control
And Protection
determines how much sodium you should be having?
That's what the article says.
I was like, what's your reference? So that way we can...
Thedailymeal.com. Fact check it, and then I'll change the sentence.
Maybe they wrote this during COVID and all they could hear was CDC when they meant FDA.
Yeah, it's by the FDA, not the CDC.
Okay, well, the article's wrong then. Let me redo it real quick. I'll do it right after the 72 grams of fat, and then your reaction.
Okay. Hang on. Action.
Oh, no!
Oh!
Fats! Now we have to leave this all in. It's just too important to take out.
Okay, anyways.
It also contains more than 2,000 milligrams of sodium, which is just shy of the 2,300 milligrams suggested by the FDA.
I was hoping you'd get it wrong again on accident.
I know you were. Now, I'm not big on the individual meals, but if I'm craving a lasagna, I am craving the Stouffer's meat.
Yes.
Yep.
The Stouffer's meat lover lasagna. That is the best frozen meal I have ever had.
It's one of those things where it's so good. What's the point in making your own lasagna? Why go through all the effort when you can get one that's that good that's frozen?
I will admit those family-styled meals are a little bit better.
The hardest part is waiting for it to finish.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That kind of ropes us into our next topic that I have for us. Adult tasks in general.
Oh, well, my adult task every day is just trying to remember to take my stupid pills I have to take daily.
Oh my God. I was going to bring my pills and show you every pill that I take in the morning.
But Jesus, I literally have a reminder that goes off on my phone now to take my pills, like the old person I am, because I went through a phase where I kept wanting to forget them several days in a row. And I take a heart pill because I have a tachycardia issue. And after 2 days of not taking that pill, I get shaky and like my anxiety is way up there because my heart rate is now at its resting of 99 without it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be skipping those. That will kill you.
I didn't mean to. I just kept forgetting.
Well, speaking of pills and doctors, I was just going to talk about like making phone calls. I recently kind of got my shit together a little bit. And I made a doctor appointment for next month and a dermatology appointment for next month. And I hung up the phone after making like 4 of these appointments. And I was just like,
that is the one nice thing about like pulling the Band-Aid off of making all of those appointments and getting the initial appointments over with is that like now I just take my pills every day and follow with my doctors. Multiple doctors. Prepare yourselves. If you don't have multiple doctors, you will one day.
Oh my God, yeah. Because until I was 25, I went to see my PCP once a year. That's it. And then 25 hit, and I suddenly started collecting all of my specialists. I feel like I have a Pokemon set of business cards. Mm-hmm. Because I have a lot of specialists right now.
They're still trying to figure out what's wrong with them.
Oh God, they're never going to get to the results.
Well, then another thing about doing things on the phone, I was going to bring up when you make plans with friends, and then the day comes and you just rather actually die instead. We have these this straight couple that we're friends with, and they're just like us. They're extreme introverts, and sometimes we'll make plans, and then the day of happens. And it's like we're waiting all day of who's going to cancel first.
We all collude to cancel. We're all sitting around like, who's going to cancel?
And then someone brings something up and we're like, oh, thank God.
It's so funny because I don't enjoy hardcore planning all of my plans because I already have a bunch of shit just going on in general. So I like more of the spontaneous hangouts that my friends and I do, where we're like, we'll probably hang out this weekend, and then like we either do it or we don't.
So we usually land on don't. Like I need 3 to 5 business days minimum, and Monday's a holiday.
Well, so when I had dogs, I was a lot less spontaneous because I'd be like, well, I don't want to be too gone. I don't want to be gone from the dogs too long, all that stuff. But then as soon as
that does affect us too.
As soon as Jake passed, and now that, the house, it's just me and 2 cats, I'm just like, if people are like, you want to hang out? I'm like, well, I ain't got anything else to do. I'm just going to sit here and watch TV or do chores around the house. So I'm like, let's go.
Well, then you guys mentioned watching TV. I could kind of rope us into talking about cable TV / streaming services. Jay, I don't know about you, but we cut the cord back in what, Anthony, 2015?
It's been a while. We haven't had cable in a long minute.
We cut it back in 2018, but then we went and got YouTube TV, which is just streaming cable, basically.
We did a couple of things like that, where we did like Sling TV, and then we did Hulu TV for a while because they had some good stuff. But we've got several different streaming services, and I just don't.
I kind of justify it as better than cable because I actually utilize the streaming services that we do have pretty much to their full potential. So it's a lot easier to have that in my mind that I'm actually using what we're paying for.
I'll always find something on one of the streaming services that we have, and it still costs less than cable.
Plus, local channel commercials are just so exhausting.
But you don't want to get a Snow's Furniture commercial?
No.
I am bad about watching the news, especially in the mornings, because I want to know if there's anything that I should focus on trying to get from my house to downtown. And then also the weather. I very much want to know if I should be aware of anything weather related. So that's why I stick with local channels, but I have to mute the commercials anymore because it's always a tax law firm or
a political ad.
Right now, it's
a drug commercial.
Inundated with political ads. Oh, and then car commercials, like dealerships. Oklahoma political ads are the worst because they feed off of emotion so much. And this kind of unrealistic emotion, but they think they got it. And they're grabbing the right crowd. I mean, it's kind of an uneducated state, so it makes sense.
I mean, it keeps working for them, so they're not going to stop.
Yeah, they're not going to stop.
There's this local commercial. There's this local dealership around us where the owner will now incorporate his wife sometimes, and she looks like she's being held hostage. It is so painful to watch.
We used to have a commercial here that I haven't caught in a while, but one of them had a really strong accent, and he used to always end it in going, "Cut it!" And it was so weird. I never understood what was going on.
But you remember it.
I vividly remember it, and I actually stopped taking my car to that dealership because I was like, I do not want to fund this commercial.
All right, then I've got one more topic for us, and we're going to talk about aging.
Happened right when I hit 25. I hit 25, got my first specialist, and then it just went on from there. And I got a sleep doctor. I got I had an endoscopy, and then went on to more health issues. That's a whole nother episode.
I first got my first gray hair right about, I got a little streak right here that I still have. I got a streak here starting at age 17, and there's not a birthmark, so I don't know why it just started there, but then around 20 here, and then this whole thing started up here, probably around 28, if I'm being generous to myself, and now I'm just full white on the sides.
I've got gray in my beard, and I've got some flecks of gray in my hair, but the plus side to being ginger is that it's a lot harder to see.
Well, and you also don't have salt and pepper as a ginger. You have salt and paprika.
Oh, well, do you guys know why hair turns gray?
Because it hates us?
Because it's dead inside.
I can read some.
Oh, educate us, like me.
This ironically comes from the website kidshealth.org. As we get older, the pigment cells in our hair follicles gradually die.
Oh, so they are dead inside. I was right.
When there are fewer pigment cells in a hair follicle, that strand of hair will no longer contain as much melanin and will become a more transparent color like gray, silver, or white as it grows. As people continue to get older, fewer pigment cells will be around to produce melanin, so eventually the hair will look completely gray.
Are you saying I have pigs in my skin?
Not anymore, I don't. There's no more pigment inside here. I've still got some brown up top, but there's no more pigment here.
That sounds like a stupid question that one of the characters on Sesame Street would ask after hearing that explanation. Are you saying I have pigs in my skin?
Well,
Professor.
Mentally, I'm pretty childish. We all know this by now, so it makes sense.
No, mentally you're like 87 years old.
What if I'm both?
You're a little bit of both.
What if I'm an old child?
You're like Betty White.
Oh, but I'm adorable and beloved, so that's fine. I love it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yep. That's it. I'm adored.
You haven't earned any of that.
I'm so adorable, and people love me.
Nope. You call me when you're 99 and you're on SNL, then maybe I will acquiesce to this. But
if you guys are watching the video, you can see him grasping at those straws. They're just everywhere.
Listeners, I got all the straws. Don't you worry.
He did not get a single straw. There are no straws.
Oh.
Right after I turned 30 is when my body started to like really turn on me. And I have gone through so much like different medical and dental and all kinds of crap.
I'll also say that as I'm aging, especially, I'm so much more tired than I used to be.
Always.
I think back to college, especially when we used to be going out and getting to the bar at 11:30 because it wasn't busy until then. And then I just, we're going to the bar, and I'm like, all right, it's 9. Are we going to the bar yet? Come on.
I took a nap before recording. I came home from work, I took a nap, and then now I'm recording.
I will end aging with working until retirement, because at this point, I don't really know.
When is retirement anymore?
Whenever you go to the grave.
Oh, yeah. My health isn't going to let me go to retirement, so I've got to enjoy what I can.
Yeah, seriously.
And on that note, we should probably go to a commercial.
Well, as we get older, we might get closer to what we would call menopause. Oh, I'm leaking. Do you guys have a product that might help me out?
Ooh, I think our sponsor today does.
Ooh, let's take a listen.
And now for a word from our sponsor, ManPon.
Hey guys, time out with the boys shouldn't be a time for you to be self-conscious. Are you feeling a little stinky, down around your slinky? A cloud of steam coming from your back seam? It's time to feel confident and fresh with new ManPon from Manpax. It's an absorbent pad that attracts all heat and odor to prevent you from leaving a sweat spot on every chair you sit in. Its power to attract all sweat and odor is done through a microstatic technology that charges through the friction of your thighs rubbing together. You'll shock everyone with how confident you are. So stop feeling shy and ask yourself, why haven't you bought ManPon today? For that nonstop, toxic, masculine feeling you need to get through your day. ManPon from Manpax.
I just love that ManPon charges itself with the friction of my thighs, because when I walk my fat ass around, I'm generating so much energy for it to absorb.
I actually glow.
There used to be days when they would look like Swedish fish down there. Like, it was just, oof. The inside of my thighs would be redder than the whole state of Oklahoma.
I'm just so thankful that they came out with a product for me, though, because I am tired of my slinky being a little stinky from the sweat.
Yeah. I'm tired of it too, Jay.
Yeah, I'm tired of your slinky being so stinky.
Sorry, everyone. Speaking of, have you ever heard of that TikTok where the girl's walking?
When we record, I just spray a whole bunch of Febreze in the air, even though you're an hour and a half away.
Yeah, guys, just be glad that smell-o-vision hasn't been invented yet. Ew. The break room, more like the stank room.
I wish somebody had microwave salmon so it'd smell a little better in here.
Oh my god. Smells like Jay just got back from Buco del Culo.
And now for something to check out. So actually today, our something to check out is not necessarily as related to the subject matter of the podcast, but it is another podcast that I wanted to call out. It is called the Filmflamers, and it is a horror movie podcast. As you guys learn more about me, you'll learn that I love horror as a genre, and I love watching horror films. Joe frequently comes home to me watching B horror movies when I have the time to do it.
This is a couple that we met on the cruise that we were on back in April of this year.
It's one half of the couple.
Oh, it's one half? Oh, okay. We met them. There were a couple of trivia challenges on the cruise ship that were pretty great. And I'll never forget, it was the Golden Girls trivia that we all trudged ourselves to. And they got an absolute perfect score and ran away with the whole game.
Yeah. And so it was Rob and Robert. And Robert is one half of the Filmflamers. Robert and his co-host Chris. And they have been podcasting for 4 years now. They just celebrated their 4-year anniversary, which is incredible.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, seriously, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for
a month and a half.
And I'm already tired of you, Jay.
Rightfully so. Sorry, everyone. I'll leave.
So it will include a link to their website and the podcast information, but you can go to filmflamers.com. And you can find them pretty much anywhere you find your podcast. It's very similar to us. They release new content weekly. They have their own Patreon out. I can safely say that every time I listen to an episode of theirs, I will laugh my ass off. I almost dropped weights on my face the other day listening to their take on Alien Covenant. And two, I'll learn something new about the film that I didn't know before, because they really are film buffs.
Is that why you were watching that when I came home?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I just listened to their episode and I was like, I really want to watch Alien Covenant again. It's been a hot minute. Yeah, they do really in-depth reviews and they're awesome. So check them out at filmflamers.com. I'll include the link here. And yeah, so if you enjoy horror movies and you like listening to podcasts, 100% go check them out. They're great.
Real quick, they do this segment at the end of the and it's like, what's it, Anthony, where they do the daddy of the movie?
They always ask who's the hottest guy in the film.
And then they overdo the clip of like that guy running across here. It's like, oh yes, daddy, come through. It is so funny. So we've got our homegrown game this week.
And this time I will be the game master. I've just got a couple of would you rathers for the guys to partake in. And so we're going to be doing a round of would you rather.
Okay.
Getting old edition.
Okay.
Would you rather poo yourself a little in public or poo yourself a lot in your car?
I'm going to say poo yourself a little in public because I've never done it before. I'm just kidding. Because I can make it to a restroom and then I'll just throw the underpants away and just take care of the rest of the smear.
Yeah, no, I very much agree. I would poo a little in public and just run to the bathroom and hope nobody smells me, throw my underwear against the wall, and clean myself up and leave.
I also say in public because I have perforated leather seats in my car, and you can't come back from that.
Yeah, same for me. I 100% agree with you. Put yourself a little in public, go find a bathroom, get rid of it. I mean, you're never going to see those people again. So even if they hear or smell something, who cares?
I guarantee I will run into every single one of them within the next week. And they'll be like, you're the one that pooed yourself. And I'll be like, damn it.
It's you, the poo.
I recognized you because you have that beard. And for some reason, I listened to your podcast, even though I'm a stranger.
And you shat yourself.
And female. And I know you shat yourself.
God.
Okay. Would you rather have severe back pain or go to your doctor because it burns when you pee?
Back pain. I don't like burning pee.
I'm going to say that was a pretty quick answer from Jay. And it sounds like he's got experience with burning pee.
I don't think so. Have I had burning pee? No.
Ooh,
no.
Wait. Speaking of pain, there's the leg twinge. Hey, haven't seen you in a minute. Wait. Let's see if it comes back. No, I'm good. Okay. I'll definitely go to the doctor because it burns when I pee. Because I've had back pain at home a few times. I pulled something and haven't needed to go to the doctor. I probably should have, but scheduling new patients right now is a fucking nightmare. So I take my industrial strength Icy Hot, I slather it on there, and then I roll sideways out of the bed for the next few days.
So that is actually why I chose the back pain, because my chiropractor, there we go, whatever specialist he is, I can get in same day when a doctor is much more difficult these days.
Well, so here's the thing. Chiropractor, yes, but that's not really a long-term solution. And if it burns when I pee, I could probably just go to urgent care and be like, hey, I probably need a round of antibiotics.
Hey, I just finished my horror novel, and it burns now when I pee.
And I can just go to urgent care and be like, hey, so I got on the internet, and then they're like, oh, fuck.
Turn around, drop your pants, we'll just give you the shot, you don't have to explain.
So I just wrote my new horror novel called Thunderclap, and you can guess what I used for research.
I just wrote my short story, A Man Pond Runs Through It.
Just give me the antibiotics.
It's all personal research, and I'm going to need that shot and some pills.
Okay. Would you rather get mailers from the AARP or from Publishers Clearinghouse?
I think AARP, because I can plan better for my future with that. When Publishers Clearinghouse, I think, is just a big old scam. But I want to also add that just today, I got a letter in the mail from a funeral home asking to plan for my funeral.
What?
I just want to clarify, I am 32.
Yes, 1 foot in the grave, ladies and gentlemen.
I also often receive flyers for hearing aids.
I imagine the funeral director lives in the yard, like in the house behind your house, and is just sitting there right now with a sniper rifle. Like,
Well, I mean,
come on.
You go first, Anthony.
No, I'll let you go first.
No, I think you should go first.
We already get AARP mailers because I'm a member of the AARP.
The AARP magazine is so funny because the target audience is so blatantly obvious, and the articles is they're always like, don't talk to old people like they're children, and I'm like, this is Highlights magazine, but it just says AARP.
So for me, I would prefer to get the AARP mailers because I already do.
And since we're the same address, I'll go with the Publishers Clearinghouse so we can get both and see which one's better.
Do you want our user submission for a Fuck, Marry, Kill?
Yes, user submissions.
Are you ready? All right, this one came from actually my friend Patrick here in Oklahoma.
Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick sent this. He also sent his own response. So let me start with this. All right. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready.
It is Rip in Yellowstone, Jake Sully in Avatar, and then the Penguin in Batman Returns.
Isn't that just Danny DeVito?
Yep. So Cole Hauser plays Rip, Sam Worthington plays Jake Sully, and Danny DeVito plays the Penguin.
It makes me think of the Gold member where he's like, "Hey, asshole, right over here," because he's mini me. That's all I think of when I hear Danny DeVito.
I'm going to fuck Jake Sully from Avatar, but specifically, I'm going to fuck his Na'vi avatar.
Okay.
Because I want to know. I need to know. I have to know.
Isn't it their tail?
Well, that's how they like mate, but you never really see under the loincloth either. So it could really be either, and I'm okay with whichever one it turns out to be. I'm cool with whatever the experience turns out to be. I just want to know, right? Like, once in a lifetime experience. And I can't survive on their planet without my own avatar. And so that's the option, right? And then I'm going to marry Rip from Yellowstone. I don't watch Yellowstone, but
I might now.
God, I might now.
Rip is the reason I followed through with Yellowstone.
Yes, I can see why. So yeah, I'm going to marry Rip. He might be a good or bad husband. I don't know. I don't know much about him, but we're going to go into it blind. And then I'm going to kill the Penguin from Batman. Like, come on. I don't know what other option there really was for this one.
Perfect. Joe?
So I'm going to start off by choosing to fuck Jake Sully, his human form, because I don't really want to get freaky with the tail that the avatar has. So I'm going to stick with the human form because he is quite attractive, and I can get freaky with that. He's very, very handsome.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on and definitely marry Rip from Yellowstone because, man, he's got beard, and I want to see his sundries. And then I'm just going to go ahead and kill Penguin as well. Sorry.
Sorry?
No.
There's no reason to be sorry. He's the Penguin. He's terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill the Penguin.
I'm actually exactly on board. Although Jake Sully, as I'm doing Avatar form, and it's solely just because I'm like, ooh, the tail sounds fun and new. Haven't tried that. I'm open-minded. Mary, I did watch Yellowstone, and I
want to watch it now.
Sure, he's got emotional issues, but damn it, Rip. Oh, yeah, I would marry that. Yep.
You can change it.
Yeah, I'll change him.
That's what we always say with marriage, right? I can change it.
I can do that. Marriage fixes everything.
Right. And if that doesn't work, if you get married and it doesn't fix your relationship, have a kid.
Yeah, and then I can get a bunch of wall art about how I can just get a bunch of wall hangings about why I chug wine because you were born.
And if the first kid doesn't fix it, the next two will.
Yep. Or
Oh,
3
yeah,
or
definitely.
4, 5, 6, whatever you need. The number you can pop as many as you need to until your marriage is right. Also agree I'm going to kill the penguin because what a weird scenario. I also want to read Patrick's own responses because they kind of made me laugh. So
Oh, yeah, read his.
he said he was also going to fuck Jake Sully
Okay.
as his avatar so he can pull his ponytail while they're going at it. And then he said, I'm going to marry Rip. And then it's 2 heart eye emojis and 2 drooling emojis. That's it.
Okay, that sounds right. I mean, that's the same emojis I would use.
Yeah. And then he's also going to kill the penguin only because his hands and fins are just super
They're
weird.
just
Oh, man. I loved that so much.
that was quite the round.
He also sent a Bring It to Ring It. Do you guys want to see if your eyebrows are ready for that real quick?
Before that, I'll raise your eyebrows. Remember the crappy film from 2004, Paparazzi?
Oh, I do remember that.
That starred Cole Hauser as Bo Laramie, the main actor in that film.
Really?
I recognized him when I saw him without his beard. Pictures without his beard, that's him.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I prefer him with the beard. He's a lot better with the beard.
Oh, man. God. Yep. Watching him. Oh, yeah. He's hot on Yellowstone. So hot. He's emotionally stunted, and you're just like, why am I attracted to this? Okay. So for our Bring It to Ring It, also from Patrick. Are you ready? Eyebrows ready.
Ready.
And I know you're going to come to a conclusion on this one, but you have to think outside of the box. A baseball bat.
Okay.
A large can of Crisco. And some Magnum XXL condoms.
Okay. I mean, it just sounds like you're gonna fuck the baseball bat.
That's awfully assumptuous of you.
Yeah, I personally think, because I am not inappropriate, what he's going to do is, it's a wooden bat. The Crisco is there to moisturize it. And then the condoms are just there on his nightstand to impress whoever he brings over.
You would stupidly just be like, boop, boop, boop. Oh, I hope she's so impressed when she comes over for him.
Presumptuously,
Meanwhile-
I was like, she.
My one, oh, yeah. Damn, how stupid of me. Sorry, everyone. I'm gonna go with Anthony. I think I'm doing one eyebrow because that's the one eyebrow that, because we know what's happening.
I mean, I did one eyebrow because I was just like, a bat? Like, are you doing wooden or metal?
Ooh,
I mean, it doesn't matter because you're using a condom, right?
Oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's not like an old, like, wooden bat, not like splintering and stuff. It's a newer one. I mean, and it's new. Well, it's new because you're getting it at checkout, right? You're buying
Yeah.
it brand new. Yeah.
Unless,
Yeah.
you don't know if we're like Goodwill or not.
Yeah, I was like, what if it's a Goodwill store, a bat that's really been used?
Too much Crisco.
Well,
He got a large can. There's no such thing as too much.
you got one eyebrow from me. This is one eyebrow from me.
Yeah, one eyebrow. Only because I'm concerned that, ouch, something's wrong down there, maybe. I hope you're okay.
I also feel like, you know what? I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to leave that off the table. Anyways,
I just hope you have a very safe friend to help.
you know what? Have fun. Have a great time.
On that note, we should probably go back to work.
There's a customer out there that just purchased a couple items that have made people kind of frantically run to grab their own supplies, so we got to get back out there pretty soon.
I heard Crisco's going off the shelf.
Sporting Goods is getting hit.
I hear somebody's using Crisco on a baseball bat, and they didn't wait till they got home.
I hear somebody's walking around the store right now with a bat sticking out.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Sadly, it is the end of this lunch break here at Beards and Sundries. We've enjoyed it so much.
As always, we love that you've been listening. We love all your feedback on our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We've loved it all so much. Thanks for the emails we've also received.
Yes, and Thank you so much for the ratings on iTunes.
Absolutely. Keep those going.
Yeah. Thank you for the ratings that you're giving us on the podcast platforms that you're using. Make sure that you not only give us a rating, but also leave a review for us. And we will read your reviews on air as we record the podcast. So please make sure to leave us those reviews. We really appreciate them.
Tell us how much you love us.
Also, a big, huge, giant milestone for us. We, as of this taping, have just recently surpassed 1,000 TikTok followers, which enabled us to put our link tree right onto our TikTok page. So tell all your friends, find us on TikTok, click on that link tree, and you can find every platform that we are on, including our website, which is coming very soon.
From my personal experience, you get the best listeners if you bully your friends, because then they bully their friends. And so everyone, I recommend bullying your friends into listening to this podcast. It works.
From a giant bully, he would know.
Yeah, bullying works, peer pressure works.
And lastly, for me, we're still working on our 50-state challenge, and we are giving
the Nifty 50.
The Nifty 50, and we are giving a shout out to a new state each day, and I'm going to start posting the map of all of the states that we've had so far, so you can see where we're at as your name's being called out.
That's right, guys. Just because you weren't selected isn't because we don't love you. It's just because someone else got there right before you. So we promise we love each and every one of you. So keep sending us love, and we'll have a full map in no time.
Thank you for being here for another episode of Beards and Sundries. Please come back next week.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah! Thank you guys. Love you guys. Bye.
We love you so much. Bye. Bye.